Again, good morning and welcome to the third annual plenary of the 2014 Fortis TCI Strategic Meetings. I am Talisha Simons, the Manager of Corporate Communications with Fortis TCI, and it is an honor to serve as your Mistress of Ceremonies this morning. If you'll allow me to first establish protocol, I'd like to acknowledge Honorable George Lightbourne, Minister of Government Support Services, Honorable Portia Stubbs-Smith, Minister of Health and Human Services, Honorable Charlene Cartwright Robinson, Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Adrienne Auger, Guest Speaker and Caribbean Laureate of Arts and Letters, joining us from St. Lucia, welcome. Dr. Carlton Mills, Guest Speaker and former Minister of Education, Mr. Edenton Powell, Fortis TCI President and CEO, Reverend Father Bernard Bean, Ms. Tamara Robinson, Deputy Permanent Secretary of Education, Youth, Culture, and Library Services, Mr. Edgar Howell, Director of Education, Mr. David Bowen, Director of Culture, Mr. Malik Cummings, Energy and Utilities Commissioner, Mrs. Doreen Quelch-Mizik, Human Rights Commissioner, the Fortis TCI team, including Vice Presidents and Directors, other government dignitaries, religious and community leaders, educators, members of the media, and all distinguished guests. Once again, welcome. We're so happy to have you here with us. I would like to note that the governor will be joining us later on in the session. He is traveling from overseas, but he does have plans to be here, so we will acknowledge him upon his arrival. I will also ask at this time that if you do have a mobile device on your person, that you kindly place it on vibrate or turn it off as not to disrupt any of the upcoming presentations. Also, those of you needing to step out of the room, if you can please do so quietly, we would really appreciate that. Fortis TCI holds strategic planning meetings each year, and we've done this for the past 4 years, and each one has included a plenary session. The last 3 years, we have had public plenary sessions, such as this one. The first one you might remember we held at the Fortis TCI headquarters on Leeward Highway. These sessions have been attended by various and wide-ranging individuals across our community and has showcased speakers that challenge our thinking, our way of life, and have produced a plethora of ideas and opinions that can help to shape our future in very beneficial ways here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. With the esteemed panel of guests that we have here for you today, I expect that the experience will be nothing short of exceptional as it has been in the past years. So you are in for a real treat, as I told the students yesterday when they heard from Dr. Auger. Our theme is maximizing stakeholders' value, and we have a focus on education. Now we will move to, not listed on your program, I'm going to invite a representative from the TCI Investment Unit. She is going to make a short presentation. This is Rochelle Thompson. Yes.
Talisha, thank you for accommodating us at such short notice. Protocol having already been established, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. First, I wish to thank the Fortis TCI for allowing me the opportunity to address you on this very important topic, wherein the focus of today's plenary session and strategic meeting is education. I am particularly pleased to be part of an occasion that will highlight the importance of education in economic development, particularly as the investment executive with the Turks and Caicos Islands Government Investment Unit, with responsibilities for facilitating and promoting inward investment. I trust the discussions here today will leave all of us keen to play a much bigger role in contributing to the further economic growth of the Turks and Caicos Islands by maximizing stakeholders' value by focusing on education. Education in every sense is one of the fundamental factors of development. No country can achieve sustainable economic development without substantial investment in human capital. Education enriches people's understanding of themselves and the world. It improves the quality of their lives and leads to broad social benefits to individuals and society. Education raises people's productivity and creativity and promotes entrepreneurship and technological advances. In addition, it plays a very crucial role in securing economic and social progress and improving income distribution. A compelling body of research links primary and secondary education to economic development and growth. This means investing in early childhood education is critical. Research also recognizes people as a type of economic asset, the human capital, and shows that increased investment in health, skills, and knowledge provides future returns to the economy through increases in labor productivity. Education increases workers' average earnings and productivity, and it also reduces the incidence of social problems such as drug abuse, crime, welfare dependency, and lack of access to medical care, all of which can weigh heavily on an economy. The most forward-thinking approach to maximize stakeholders' value and increase competitiveness is to equip today's and tomorrow's citizens with the skills and attitudes for economic and civic success in an increasingly knowledge-based economy. There is a growing consensus that money spent wisely on education pays off not only for workers, but also for communities and businesses. Educational attainment raises incomes and increases productivity, as I've noted previously, while failures in educating the workforce are associated with higher levels of crime and welfare dependency. As we know it, competition on a global level is fierce, as a jurisdiction faces intense scrutiny and seeks to avoid being placed on blacklists or being labeled as a harmful tax jurisdiction. The skill level of professionals become even more important. I say this to say that education plays a key role in ensuring the success of any industry. The key, again, is human capital, as it will be the ability of persons to be innovative in creating new products and services that will reposition the Turks and Caicos Islands' services and products sectors. We can all argue that sun, sand, and sea is our competitive advantage. And yes, those characteristics are important to any economic development marketing. However, as economic development marketing professionals, it is only the competence of the human capital and the quality of service that will differentiate one jurisdiction over the other. This equates to education, but more important, quality education. Strong economies compete on the basis of high value, not solely low cost. A nation that offers a skilled labor force, modern infrastructure, and a high quality of life, yet has relatively higher taxes, can hardly be called anti-business. Investing wisely in education generates real, quantifiable results for stakeholders. If a nation does not have a workforce that is appropriately educated, they will be less competitive with their overseas rivals. If citizens do not have what it takes to succeed in today's economy, they will feel threatened by economic change and much more likely to recycle back and forth between unemployment, welfare, and poorly paid, insecure employment. Prevention is always cheaper than treatment. If we do not invest now, we will certainly pay later. Whilst the Turks and Caicos Islands can boast of a highly educated workforce, we are truly competitive with our region. Are we truly competitive with our regional and international partners? If I was asked to identify what is needed to be truly competitive on a global level, I would suggest an education revolution. We need world-class institutions, policies, and effective government to realize our objective if we are to do more on a global level. In conclusion, investing in education is economic development. The building of a nation's human capital is fundamental to its ability to achieve development. The World Bank has found that investing in education yields the highest social return than physical infrastructure, and this relationship is stronger for developing countries. I trust these words are food for thought and urge each and every one of you to take deliberate actions to ensure we realize the competitive advantage is through education, both now and in the future. I would like to thank the Fortis TCI for organizing this event and bringing so many distinguished people together to promote the value and importance of education and how that aligns with social and economic development. Thank you once again for your attentiveness, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the session.
Thank you. That is Ms. Rochelle Thompson from the Investment Unit. I will now invite our President and CEO, Mr. Eddington Powell, to the podium as he brings greetings as well as introduces our first speaker, Dr. Adrienne Auger.